past discrepancies. He should not be doing that. However, it's a gesture that a lot of people do. Does he know better? Yes, but listen, Buddy Hield did it. A lot of other people do it. I see people at AAU games do it. It's just one of those NBA ebonic gestures. It's just a gesture that we sometimes use. But because of his past discrepancies, he should not be doing that. Because my question is, if he didn't have those two incidents and he did that, would we be talking about it? The answer is no, we would not be talking about it. Because
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Viral. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Viral. We talk about NBA player, basketball, rise star, John Morant. John Morant being caught on the court holding up gun signs indeed, and he got fined for his actions. We'll talk about it in a minute. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Viral. He don't connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is care. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Viral. On Viral, we talk about John Morant being fined by the NBA for holding up gestures that was deemed inappropriate. Well, let's look a little bit what went down right here.
Will not face discipline from the NBA for his finger gesture. The finger motion is a common celebration throughout the league, but given Ja Morant's history, the NBA launched an investigation aimed at Ja and Buddy Hield for exchanging finger gestures at one another towards the end of their most recent game. The league determined there was no ill intent and issued both players warnings that if they do it again, there will be consequences. John
Morant being fined by the NBA for $75,000, which is nothing to him. But a lot of people are saying, where is John Morant getting this bad behavior from? Some people are pointing out that it could be his dad that's trying to cause him to have bad behavior. His dad notorious of getting ejected out courtside, and now he could be Ja's biggest downfall if things go a little bit more than Southern. Well, a lot of people had a lot to say about this situation. A lot of sports pundits, a lot of people like you out there about John Morant trying to be gangster. And he may not be all about that life, but you live in Memphis. So, hey, we'll see. But let's hear what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say. Let's hear what you people had to say about John Morant being fined $75,000 for his inappropriate gestures. Let's hear what you had people say on what people say.
Ask Ja, tell me everything about that last possession. Ja say, a pigeon was guarding me. Go get a bucket and win the game.
Hey, Ja gotta chill now. Hey, Kelly, well, that's my guy. He's from the crib. He's from Little Rock. Hey, don't act like that now. Don't act like that. Don't act like that. Hey, it was a great shot. Kelly played great defense. It was a great shot. He made a tough shot, man. Give him the credit. But I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you what I think happened in that game. The little guard was pesting him and impressing him so much. The little Donovan kid, it kind of turned Ja on to the point to where he was trying to make a point, and he kind of turned it on and kind of got it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He definitely got to go into the second half. He got to go in the second half.
He turned.
And because
he turned up.
Yeah, because he said they was bored him and kind of got to him because I think he had like 27 points in the second half and obviously hit the game winner. So that was exciting. Taylor Rooks.
Look, he's still going. The NBA is so soft. What the fuck is an investigation needed for this situation? We know what he did. We saw what Buddy Hield did too. Oh yeah, Buddy Hield, you ain't safe either, fam. They investigate you too, bro. There's no need for no investigation. These two teams do not like each other. It's big smoke in the air. Playoffs is around the corner. Tensions is high. Man, let them boys hoop, bro. And Buddy Hield doing this is kind of crazy because, like, did he even hoop? Nah. I don't see nothing wrong with this, bro. Like, on the real, man, I think this is entertainment. John Morant having fun. Buddy Hield having fun. You know, Steph Curry was like, what's going on? I don't see nothing wrong with it. Now, I ain't gonna lie, doing all this after a L and Steph Curry had almost a 50-point triple-double is crazy. But hey, he almost had 40.
Looking at a hand, finger, arm gesture that Ja Morant did towards the Golden State Warriors bench during the Warriors game against my Memphis Grizzlies in downtown Memphis. Now, it looks like a gun, double gun shooting gesture. Whatever Ja says it is, or whatever he says it ain't, whether it's part of the celebration, because I've seen several players do it on the college level and even in the NBA. Ja can't do it. Ja has to be more cognizant of what he does. He has to. Now, to me, looks like a gun pointing. Ja may say it's something else, and it may indeed be something else. But for what Ja has had to deal with and go through, and the trouble he's already gotten in, because the situation's dealing with guns, Ja has to be more cognizant and be more aware of what he does. Because whatever the NBA says it is, Ja gonna have to take it. So if the NBA says, okay, to us that looks like a gun gesture, and we're gonna have to handle this appropriately, like we did the last time, a couple of years ago. Ja gonna have to deal with it because these are the things he's put on his resume, unfortunately. So whatever happens, he got to deal with it. But Ja has to be more cognizant of what he says and what he does and the optics of things. All praises to the Most High.
Action is, if he don't care, why should I care? You know, he was warned. He was told about this. Obviously, you know, we know the history of why this is an issue. Ja Morant knows the reason why this is an issue, and you know, he continues to do it. And so at this point, you know, whatever comes his way is gonna be his. You know, he earned it and he deserved it. But what I will say about the gun gesture, if you're gonna warn guys or suspend guys or fine them for doing the gesture, just ban it league wide. Don't make it a special thing for Ja Morant. Like, we understand that when it comes to gun gestures, he has a special circumstance. But if it's something that you deem as not beneficial to the game or something that the fans or media won't understand as a celebration for shooting the basketball, then ban it league wide. Like, don't just make it a Ja Morant thing. But on the flip side of that coin, he just got to be self-aware. I said that a couple of days ago. He got to be self-aware, but he just said it. He is aware of what's going on, and he doesn't care. He wants to be the villain. He wants to play the villain card, so he's going to get everything that comes with being a villain.
Fine. If it's just about the gesture, why wasn't Mikal Bridges fined? Mikal has been doing this for years. Dalton Connect does it every game if he hits more than 2 threes. Buddy Hield did it to Ja first the other night. You won't fine them. And remember, this is on the court. You are fining him for something that you already fined him for 2 years ago that wasn't on the court. This is wrong. Because you know how we talk about how Draymond gets treated differently on the court for the things he does because he's a repeat offender on the court. Same goes for Isaiah Stewart. That's pleasable. That's plausible. But if somebody is already fined for something they did in their personal life that was public, you cannot fine them for something they did on the court, because you would have to do it to everybody else, because that gesture is basketball based. If you don't like the gesture, just ban it. Just ban it. But if this is on the court, you can't keep doing this. I'm sorry. Like, I get the backlash for it and everything like that, but them actually taking money out of his check because of something he did years ago that they already penalized him for, while everybody else does it. Mikal Bridges is applauded, posted on the NBA, on whatever team he's on account, but Ja can't do it after. All right. It comes to Ja.
That's discrepancies. He should not be doing that. However, it's a gesture that a lot of people do. Does he know better? Yes, but Listen, Buddy Hill did it. A lot of other people do it. I see people at AAU games do it. It's just one of those NBA ebonic gestures. It's just a gesture that we sometimes use. But because of his past discrepancies, he should not be doing that. Because my question is, if he didn't have those two incidents and he did that, would we be talking about it? The answer is no, we would not be talking about it. Because
his words and tossing them into the crowd and then not listening to the reactions. Post is the Memphis Grizzlies time now with the words.
I thought that was a grenade. He didn't want to hear the screams of the people blowing up.
No,
come on.
Those are his words. Because he always gets taken out of context. He takes his words, snaps those off, and it's just take them. And then he goes, I don't want to hear it. Ja, there's no reason for anything to take you away from the sport. We love you. If you think you're being judged unfairly, cool. Just deal with it. We need you to deal with it. And let's not forget about a sword. Let's not forget about a sword of words. Can't spell sword without word. How about Ja Morant?
Up and go, because I'm sick of it, gang. Like, why do Ja feel like he got to be a daycare? Like he's being watched. Like he can't say or do what the fuck he want to do as a grown man. Because as a grown man, I'm going to say and do what I want to do, gang. If I feel like I'm not hurting anybody mentally or physically, I'm going to do what I want to do. And yes, boom, but whatever you want to call it, some people might look at it as violent or whatever. But we are living in a world where the NBA is full of white people. It's full of Europeans. It's full of a little bit of everybody, gang. So we have to let everybody celebrate the way they want to celebrate, long as it's not hurting anybody mentally or physically. What Ja has been doing is not hurting anybody. We got to make the league fun. Like, we got to make the league like how it was back in the day, like the Bad Boys Pistons. Like, we can't be fining everybody for balling. Like, I'm a basketball player, gang. I've been playing basketball for a long time, my whole life damn near. I know as a basketball player, this shit, sometimes my emotions get the best of me. And that's the best thing about basketball. When we see these people emotionally getting into the game, now they really in it, they clapping in your face. We like that, bro. As a fan, I want to see that. I don't want to see the boring, it's boring. Like, we don't want to see that, gang. Let's have fun. Let's get lit.
The behavior. I'm not saying there should be no punishment. There should be consequences. You are the face of the league. You are representing the NBA. You are a role model to young kids. All of that. I don't think half a season is the right answer. And the last point I want to make is you bring this up, the guns on social media. We talk about consequences. Look, in our country right now, gun culture is pervasive. It's pervasive. We've got mass shooting after mass shooting, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. So I get why we're so sensitive to this right now. But there's no consequence for Greg Abbott telling his constituents that they should go buy more guns, and then we have mass shooting after mass shooting in Texas. There's no consequence for an elected Tennessee official to send out a Christmas card holding AR-15s with his young family, and then there's a shooting in his very district. There's no consequences to that. So why are we trying to lay down the hammer on a 23-year-old who didn't break a law? Explain that to me. I'm not
literally just got fined the other day for doing a gun celebration. Hey, man, you have money now. You don't gotta act like this. And this one was worse than the gun one, bro. He literally did an animation of him holding a grenade and throwing it in the crowd. But no, bro, it was just over.
The NBA is investigating Ja Morant because of his gun gesture toward the Warriors bench. So many other players do this gesture too. No investigation into them. Why Ja? Why Ja Morant? And also, this gesture isn't banned in the NBA. So why is it suddenly a problem? The NBA is investigating.
And last night, here's what he had to say after the game when asked about criticisms of his actions. Quote, I'm kind of used to it. I was pretty much a villain for 2 years now. Every little thing, if somebody can say something negative about me, it's going to be out there. So yeah, I don't care no more.
You people had a lot to say. You people agreed with the NBA saying that John Morant need to cut it out and his pops need to be held responsible. Even John need to be held responsible for their actions. Hopefully, John Morant will learn this is a big lesson. Like, hey, you can't do that when you're in the streets. You're in the streets, but when you're in the court, you got to act professional. And I think that's what a lot of people are saying. That he's better than this. He's bigger than this. He's a role model to some of these kids, even being the face of Memphis, the city of Memphis. To be in the face since Elvis Presley, B.B. King, Jerry the King Lawler, and a host of others. Now John Morant holds that title, being now the king of Memphis. And hopefully he will get his act together and this won't be a cautionary tale then. Thank you all for watching this edition of Viral. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.